Hello and welcome to a short and easy Necron EX guide. The fight really only has one or two special mechanics and the rest of it is pretty straightforward, so this might be a really short one. The tank buster of the fight is a really big cone that has to be invulned or swapped. We put tanks in the corners and have the party in the middle. This will happen multiple times throughout the fight. Fear of Death spawns 8 hands that need to be baited by players. We bait like this in melee, tank, healer, ranged order, with group 1 on the left side and group 2 on the right side of the arena. Cold Grip comes up next. It requires you to stand in the middle line of the arena and then dodge towards the non-glowing hand every time, just like a normal mode. This is what I mean by the glowing hand, by the way. In Memento Mori, the center line now will never be safe, and you should think of it as group 1 left and group 2 right again, except for tanks and melees. They always adjust to the light wing side, which you can see here, because the light wing side has more space. Healers and ranged always plant on their side. Soul Reaping shows a shape of AoE that will be released. Twofold or fourfold Blight is another cast that means 2 or 4 hits, also known as light party stacks or pairs. With partners, we always have melees go closer to the boss and bait the hits outside, and the ranged stand in the center. Now the boss stores a Soul Reaping for later. Another Fear of Death, followed by a personal puddle that we drop and bait outside the arena. Tank busters happening at the same time, so go to the center of the arena and prepare for the Soul Reaping release with a twofold or fourfold. The way you basically handle those personal puddles is you drop them and leave some space towards the outside of the arena to bait them outside. Once they locked in and you see the AoE, you can move out of them. Grand Cross is a little mini phase where you start in the center to bait puddles. The rotating lines have a timer that pops once it runs out and deals damage. Otherwise you can freely run through them. Now all supports or DPS get a puddle on them, and the non-puddle group needs to soak a tower. We have our color pairs like this to ensure that melees are always in the front, and you will have to do both jobs anyways. Once you will soak a tower, once you will place a puddle. After you both have done it once, stack in the center again for another set of baited AoEs like in the beginning, and move towards the intercardinal out positions. After this, the add phase starts, which is just whack some hands before the boss's bar fills up. Dodge the cleaves and focus the big hands first if you're struggling. After adds, everyone gets put into a Shadow Realm to do a 1v1 against some hands. You just kill the hand, make it out of the Shadow Realm just like in normal mode. Spectre of the Death makes 1/3 of the arena safe. We get personal baited hand puddles that we line up as shown, and then you just bait them up or down. It's probably easier if you all bait them up and then you can move down into the middle for Cold Grip. Relentless Reaping stores 4 different AoE shapes in a specific order. We call out Hot Tail, Hot Wing, like Nidhogg's abilities, which is like a line in and then outside of that line, the opposite, or basic donuts and out. After showing you all 4 in a specific order, the boss will shuffle that order around and release them with a corresponding number. At the same time, he casts the 4th season or the 2nd season, which indicates light party stacks or partners doing the last hit. You can see that during prog, I typed out the order that was shown in the chat so I don't get confused. Do whatever you need to do to make it comfortable for you. Next up, Circle of Life spawns in some planet-looking objects that shrink and produce a donut once they're shrunk. Go into them in order while avoiding the hand on the side of the arena. If you get hit by any of these, you will have to go back to the Shadow Realm and fight your ad to get back out. This will significantly ruin your next mechanic, so make sure to not get hit by these. Now he releases a stored ability and either twofold or fourfold. In all our pulls, this was Hot Tail, so like out of the middle line. It might be FF14 randomness, but I think this is consistent. Maybe it's always sides out. Mass Macabre is probably the only wall in the fight. 10 sets of towers will spawn that have to be sealed by having the exact number of players in them as shown in the circle. We place all 4 melees in the front 4-1 and all 4 range in the back 4-1 to seal the 4-man towers. After closing a tower, you have a vuln that prevents you from closing another one for a few seconds, so keep track of that. After sealing the 2 middle towers, we split into light parties and seal from front to bottom. After you seal the upper 3-1, you have to dodge a set of hands, then you go and seal the set of 2 ones, with the tank and melee being the upper 2 and the ranged and healer being the lower 2. And at that point a tank buster starts going out, which can be put in the corner to prevent it from hitting the last lower 3 tower, which you can safely take then. You can either tank swap this, or have your tank invuln this buster, like we did in our pool. If any tower isn't sealed, the tower spawns a set of big hands, which pop and you probably wipe. After this, the fight is practically over. Another Cold Grip and Relentless Reaping storing 4 shapes that have to be dodged into a 2-fold or 4-fold. Another Fear of Death to bait hands. And another set of Circle of Life, which is a bit different than the one we had before. Now it's like in a 4 dice shape. And you have to stand in the upper or lower half of the ring, depending on the outside hands. That was the entire fight. I hope you enjoy the tiny sub 10 minute visual guides I do and they help you clear the content easier. Thank you for watching and see you next time.